Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another Real Talk. I am GGJ. You are you. This is awesome. Right, so week 2 roundup. What do we have? So I want to start with NA. Now, obviously, only the first person, the winners go through, right? Same as always on the qualifiers. So let's just go over what happened. So El Paladins versus 2Es. 2Es came out 2-1. New team came out against them, El Paladinos, which, by the way, participated in week 1. So great to see them back again. They lost, however, to 2Es, but 2-1. Then 2Es went to take on Warpath. They lost out 2-0. Identity Crisis versus Voltage. I was really happy that this was shown. Identity Crisis versus Voltage Gaming 2-0. It's good that they're showing the new teams, and a lot of people were complaining on that. You're about to see the top 4 teams of each region play off in the playoffs. So let the unknown teams get a bit of the spotlight, yeah? You know, it is what it is. Leave it be, yeah? Don't argue. The reason the layouts changed, by the way, is because for some reason I cannot screen capture the results and stuff, and it keeps coming up as a black screen, and I don't know why. However, we'll move on. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Team Eager versus Croatian Esports. Eager beat them out 2-0. Ronin versus Zenith Black. Damn, I want to see Zenith Black so badly. I haven't seen anything of them. I see they participate week after week after week after week. And if you remember, before we had Spectator, like a couple of months ago, there's only one game that I remember them being spectated in. Other than that, I've never seen them play. Sadly, Zenith Black did not win that. Ronin took them out 2-0. Then it was Warpath versus Identity Crisis. Warpath had pretty much straightforward bye, more or less. No offense to Identity Crisis or 2Easy or anything. It just, they got an easy bracket. They did. There's no way out of that. That was an easy peasy lemon squeezy bracket for them. Eager versus Ronin. Eager takes Ronin out 2-0. Warpath versus Identity Crisis. Warpath 2-0. Bronze matchup. Okay, so Ronin, this was like the highest Identity Crisis has ever got in a tournament, I do believe. So this is a massive step for them, and people should start paying attention to these players, right? Making it to a semi-finals of a Dreamhack qualifier is no small feat, all right? So well done to Identity Crisis. However, at the minute they weren't just going to take on somebody like the likes of Ronin. That's just not going to happen. So Warpath versus Eager in the finals. Now, Warpath came out in the first game looking so freaking dominant that it was literally one-sided. Second game, no, it was very close. And then the third game, it just feels like Warpath gave up. Now, I'm a Warpath fan, always have been, but the third game, 9-0? 9-0. What? Like it was 9-6, 9-2, and now 9-0. You just, the progression of give up, so that can't be bothered. You know, maybe they think, okay, give it. Eager are going through this week. We're definitely going through next week. If that's the way you think, you know, seedings is going to matter. But, so my thoughts on week 3. Now, week 3 and week 4 are where it's going to get scrappy, it's going to get fighting, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be everything. Now, you're going to take, for instance, it'll be, you've got Ronin versus Warpath. It's the only way I can see it. Ronin versus Warpath in the finals. I cannot see it any other way going. And if it comes down to it, Ronin have beat Warpath in the past. So this could be a very close set of matches, best of 5 in the finals, of course. However, you never know, there might be an upset and one of them gets knocked out. Who knows? Week 4, you know what I want to see? Identity Crisis stepping up, saying, let's take it to the finals. I really want to see that. And, you know, I think that will be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that, and I cannot wait. But I'm not taking it away from Eager. Like, I mean, moaning about Warpath, it's like Stolzy and whatnot, they played their hearts off. Brimey especially, you know what? Everybody's saying, oh, Stolzy's doing this, Stolzy's that. Hello, Brimey took the highest damage in both games that Warpath did well in. In fact, he got it in all 3 games. Yeah, Stolzy's was getting kills and stuff, but Brimey was there on that Grok play. Fantastic. So, in fact, his Tempest ults were fantastic. In fact, I do believe most of his ults took 2 to 3 people with him before he died. So I've got nothing. I think Brimey was overlooked, and I thank you, Hindu Man, for actually noticing that. And I think Tatatal as well from EU, caster from EU, managed to pick up on that as well. And Stolzy was being a very key part on that on Drox's. However, Brimey on that Grok, No, he, and it's not only that. Those two really did shine, and it was noted. I don't know where the rest of Warpath were, though. I have to admit, I don't know where they were. They just sort of evaporated. It's like when you see a player doing 20k damage only at this level. There's having bad days, and then there's tournament play having bad days, and that was a tournament bad day for them. Warpath sadly lose out to Team Eager 3-1. Eager go through. They've got C2. Now, moving on to what I was saying, week 3, this is going to be a scrap. All right, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be sudden death fighting. I want to see. What I'm worried about is I'm really hoping this doesn't happen. Whereas it's going to be Ronin Warpath, like in a depending on seeding, because they've got 1 and 2 now. Warpath's got seed 1, Ronin's got seed 2 now, coming into next week, week 3, and Identity Crisis, right? They're going to be stuck between. So you're going to have Warpath top, Ronin on the bottom, and then they meet finals. So if you look at it, I mean, I can't see Warpath not going through next week. I physically can't. If they don't, and they go through next, they're going through to the Fatal 4-Way. There's no way about it. If you think they're not, you're daydreaming. Ronin should go through, but I can't see why. My brain is telling me this, and I mean no disrespect, and I honestly, I swear to God, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody here, but Identity Crisis just aren't good enough to take on the likes of Ronin. Now, if Identity Crisis stick at it and fight the battle out and work and see how Ronin fight. Ronin are a fist comp. They'll come out into fist. They'll approach a point like a fist and then come out of it, spread out, take points, look for a solo kill. A group kill. Once they've got that group kill, they spread out and just zone out. Now, if Identity Crisis can figure that out and play to the strengths, then hopefully, we'll have something to go on. But honestly, I can't see Warpath not going through next week. Ronin, that's 100% have to go through. I will be very sad if Ronin do not go through. They deserve getting week 4 or next week, in fact. I'm excited to see these matches. This will be on the Saturday, I do believe, and Friday will be EU. Right, we'll start with EU now. It was a disappointing week for some of the teams. Fate as well, picking up 4th. District 6, man, you know what? Bugsy, Cam, and that lot, they are so fucking unlucky with their bloody, the seeding, I'm telling you. But you know what? I'm going to give it to District 69. They came out freaking strong. I mean, they really bloody did. I mean, they took a game off Death and Taxes, and Death and Taxes are no pushover. Death and Taxes are one of the best teams in the world currently. And I can say that because you've got, well, no, it's 91 something percent win ratio for a Torpedo now. The highest in the world. EU, just for the record. EU, NA, on win percentage alone. Just saying. In District 69 had to fight Griffin first round, right? So Griffin, that was horrible to see. Griffin getting such a horrible seeding. But anyway, it went Team Tractors versus Flanksters. Flanksters took that 2-0. Death and Taxes versus Flanksters. Is it Flanksters or... I'm trying to stare at the screen. I can't see the bloody thing. Yeah, Flanksters. It was 2-0. And then they went into the semi-finals off against District 69, who beat out Team Griffin. Fate Esports versus Disco Prism. That was a very fast 2-0 to Fate. Question Mark versus Exodium at 2-0. And you know what? I am becoming a fan of Exodium. I really am. This is wonderful to see. We've had this... They're not getting results, but they're battling it out, and then they're actually taking points off... When I say points, like a siege point and whatnot, off of these big teams. And I'm just like, this is fantastic. This is great. And, these guys have really got potential to become a great team if they stick at it. They just need to... Yeah, okay, we've got a battle. They remind me a bit like Fate. Fate... if you back way back in November, back in December, October time, when the game first came out, we'd only make quarterfinals, or we'd get beat out by, well, it was Death and Taxes, but they were a new name. No, was it Death and Taxes? It was a question mark. It was question mark. Question mark and Fate. have been rivals, a friendly rivalship, nothing major, nothing like out there like sinister or anything. They've been rivals all the way back since then, and it's nice to see this still progressing. We beat them last week, they beat us this week. You know, it's really good. But anyway, Exodium have this play style that's so unique, and I don't think some of the casters have picked up on this, and I did, and I didn't say anything. Now, Exodium approach a point; they let the enemy take it first. They let them come into point, and then you just rain hellfire down on them, and like. Sometimes it works. It is. This meta system's broken. It is, and everybody's agreeing with it. If when you die and you lose your burn cards, that's it. You're fucked. Sorry, you may as well give up the point. You know, you're not going back onto it. It's not happening, right? Because they've healed back up and they've still got 3 bloody burn cards to your 0 with nothing. You're dead, right? So we know that, and I've got a lot to say on that, but I won't veer off because I want to get through this so I can go on to something else. Anyway, Exodium have, like, it's the wrong thing for them to do. They need to try to get the compositions of what, say, like, Fate, Death and Taxes, District 69, Torpedo, TQM, and these top teams, those guys use, and make it work for them. Right? Approach the point like you do, but manage your ultimates correctly. Now, we were seeing ultimates go down in choke points and stuff, which can work and it's fine, but then you've got jack shit for the next thing because you've wasted it. Not only did you waste your ultimate, they bypass it and disengage. Like question mark alone, they are a fist team. They will come in fist, spread out, look for a pick, like I said previously. But Exodium don't see that. And now I know one of the guys. His name's Donovan, and shout out to him. He's sticking out. He's got that hunger, like. I've known all the people in the competitive scene for near on 5 months, half a year now, and you see them guys have battled this out for the last 6 months to this point. This is what it was all about, the 100k. And now, I'm going to be sad if people don't decide to stay on Paladins afterwards, but there's a lot of talk of, where's it going, what we're going to have, and so forth and so on. But now I've been told, well, actually, quite a lot of people were told, Errors, this wasn't aimed at me or anything. Errors actually said it in the chat that there's like going to have new map picking systems and banning picks and stuff like that. And this is something I think is fantastic for the scene. And like all we're hoping for is like something like the SPL and Challenger for Paladins. Now you're going to have the community run tournaments like the FBA that's coming out, which myself and Fate Media and Paladin Central are going to be doing. You've got, of course, Paladin World Weeklies are going to keep going out. And, of course, something that I want you all to be doing is the ESL. Please go check that out. There'll be a link in the description below. Please go and check them out. These guys are fantastic. Flame Angel, he's a great guy. He's doing his best to try and make this work. He's advertising. He's been asking me for information on teams and stuff, and I've been giving it to him, and it's really good. And they're putting in the work. So please reward this man for, like, doing this effort, trying to help the community. And shout out to him. I'd love to see the teams. And you know what? Shout outs to District 69, Griffin, Fate. These guys continuously fill the brackets for him and continuously help that community grow as well. And that's really nice to see. So shout out to District 69, Griffin, Fate Esports and stuff like that. It's nice to see top tier teams going into like a community tournament and helping them out and stuff like that. It's really nice. In fact, Exodium as well. So shout out to them as well. So that's nice to see. Anyway. Moving on from that, semi-finals was Death and Taxes versus District 69. District 69 took a game off Death and Taxes, went 2-1 in the end to Death and Taxes. Sadly, I didn't actually get to see that game. Fate Esports first question mark 2-0'd Fate, and then Fate went on to lose 2-0 in the third and fourth match place up. So they took third last week, took fourth this week. Must be frustrating for the boys. I know it is. But Death and Taxes. Anyway, we're going to move on to the final. Death and Taxes question mark 3-0. Okay. When you get to the finals, you don't expect it to be 3-0s. You don't expect it to be like that, and it was. And I can't. It's got to be frustrating for TQM because they were where Death and Taxes are, like a while ago. Right, and you know there was some issues there, but it has to be for fresh and all that. Like there has to be bloody frustrating because you see that and you think, You were the first guys to actually take a game ever off Torpedo into tournament play, and now you struggle against teams like Death and Taxes and Fate who weren't at your level and now beating you, and it's kind of, that's got to be frustrating for them. But like I say, I'm not taking it away from Fate Esports or Death and Taxes, but at the time TQM were a better team, and this can happen. It happens in all esports. Look at CS:GO, for instance. Fnatic have lost their major run of what they were doing. They won all them 6 tournaments and stuff like that in CS:GO. Now they're barely making semis. So there we go. This thing happens. But anyway, Death and Taxes move on to week through. They're qualified for C2. Now, like I said prior to the NA, what I was saying about NA, week 3 is going to be absolute stonky ponky ponk. Like, it's going to be scrappy. I want to give week 3 to District 69. They are battling this out. They're trying to make comps work so hard, and which, by the way, I'm going to veer off in a little while to talk about certain picks and bans and stuff like, well, I want to say bans, but picks that made, from both NA and EU, that lost these people their games. And most of you linking, yeah, we know what you're going to talk about. Damn right I'm going to talk about, because it was frustrating the crap out of me. Nice to see, but in tournament play at this level with a $100,000 placement on the line, what? Why? Yeah. So anyway, District 69 for me, or TQM. Fate have a shot, but right now, looking at the scorelines, District 69, ? Are looking to be the final. You never know. Fate can do this as well. So Fate have beat TQM, they've beat District 69, and vice versa. They've beat Fate, and it can go either way. But the team that did show up was District 69. They were taking a game off Death and Taxes, and then you look at week 2, TQM Death and Taxes, which I casted, was fantastic. Like, oh my god, it went all the way to 5th point every single game for a 3rd and 4th place matchup, and that was fantastic. Well, no, that was the week 1? Week 1, yes, not last week. Week 1. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to give this to either District 69 or TQM, maybe Fate. One of those 3 teams is go, if not 2 of these teams, what I've just mentioned, are in the final. There's no way about this. They're in the final. Right. Moving on past that, week 3, obviously we know it's going to be scrappy. I'll just give you my thoughts on that. Let's go over some of the roster changes, people getting booted, people getting everything. Warpath had kicked that one go, and no, I'm not going to go into the reason as to why. I was told about it. I'm not going to stir things up or anything like that, but it wasn't good. Let's put it that way. It was not good. And after seeing the proof of what people were saying and all the conversations, I was like, okay, that's not how you present yourself in esports. Good luck. But anyway, he was booted off a Warpath for basically bad manner. Well, BM, we'll call it that, and we'll leave it at that. Now we'll move on to picks for this tournament. We finally saw Fernando in NA. That was lovely to see. Didn't quite work out. Don't know. It was nice to see. It was. Everybody was happy to see Fernando being played in, as well as Cassie. Actually, several teams were picking up the Cassie in NA, and it was really nice to see because the blast shot, obviously, the knockback, that was really, and she was actually initiated properly and used properly in these compositions, and it was really good to see. And Reinhardt said something about it as well, the caster for NA, and the other one was, as we all know, for both NA and EU, Kinessa. Right, so, you know what, I'm going to bully my own team here. Sorry, boys, I love you really, but, it has to be done. I'm not a biased person. If my team's doing shit and they're making cock-ups, I call them on it. And I'm the owner of Fake Media, so I don't usually get involved too much with the team, because obviously I've got Realtalk and I do my casting and stuff like that and help the community. But Fate played the Kinessa, and they got baited, and they ran away from the Kinessa. So District 69, by the way, happened to District 69 as well, as I stumble upon my words. Fate. So anyway, so we're on Glacier Keep, we're on Waterfall, first point. They come in, they actually beat the team to, I think it was question mark, wasn't it? Yeah, question mark, off the point, and they were winning the point. Then TQM actually came back first point. They still had the time, and they've been capped to like 20-something points or whatever. Anyway, so Fate go down the right side, try to cut them off and re-engage, And this makes Kinessa useless. Now, my argument with this is, okay, fine, lovely, whatever, fine. If they're going to do that and they're going to bait Fate off and they're going to battle it out so they can come back and connect thing, simple, okay. Rather than Kinessa repositioning, put Kinessa on the point to cap the bloody point, and then she teleports back up to the high ground once that she's baited TQM back up. And they didn't do that. And you know what? If you play a Kinessa in a composition, you have to play around her. You have to protect her. Run a Pip. Run a Barrack with her. For instance, Waterfall. Let's take Waterfall, or we'll take Mines. Right? So we'll take Mines. So Kinessa has either Woodwork Heaven. She can snipe from the side. She's got great positioning, right? She's got that back area where you come in between the pillar. You can go up on Heaven, if we call it, whatever you want to call it, the barn, and you've got back a barn stretch as well, so she can snipe out, or she can, you know, snipe through, or she can snipe from the Heaven, and she can teleport out of the way as and when is needed. Now, with her positioning, it's a key point in engaging the opponent, right? Leaving her alone is a no-no. That is, now most teams will run an assassin, such as, say, all right, let's, for instance, they're not going to run this, but say a Sky will come back, pew 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 pew, you're dead, right? But for instance, right now it's an Eevee. Most people are playing the Eevee, the Drogus, bang, triple shot onto it, you're dead. That's all there is about it. The Kinessa can't, like in a normal shot, doesn't do enough damage to actually persuade it off. A Pip can, for instance, free shot her. An Eevee, blink freeze, she's dead, that's it, that's all there is to it. Bye bye Kinessa, it was nice seeing you, thanks for coming. But what I would like to see, so we've talked about Mines. Let's go back over to Waterfall. Never mind midpoint, because midpoint you've got so many points that you are actually viable on midpoint. But let's take Waterfall, right? You've got high ground on Heaven, or whatever you want to call it, high ground, where the actual waterfall comes down, it's all frozen and stuff, right? And you've got the back bits. Now, the best thing about Kinessa is that you get her onto the high ground, you know, that big bit with all the little pillars and stuff on there. You go up there. Why? Because you can run a Pip with her. Not only are you going to be able to zone out, pew pew pew, the Pip's going to be doing damage as well. And not only that, Pip has a heal. Now, if you say, oh, but what cauterize? No, this is first point we're talking about. Her early game is fantastic. If you use Kinessa properly early game and you win the first point, Kinessa then becomes viable massively because she's got the burn cards, she's got damage cards if you want to do the aggression, right? Or she can play the breaker so she can actually fend off herself and the Pip can wander off and try and zone out or push aggressively, right? Because you've got Kinessa backing you. So, but the problem is, if you've lost out the first point, you're pretty much screwed for the rest of the entire game. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, no, you can't really say that. Yes, I can say that, because once you die, you lose your burn cards. You have to protect the Kinessa. Kinessa dies, she's now going to be a three-shot wonder. Bang, boom, boom. You're dead. Doesn't matter if you've got someone protecting her or not. They just continue. If they took the Kinessa out of play and they die, that's fine. It's worth. Because not only is it, that means everybody's bombarded onto one person, the rest of the team are going to be on point. You're capping. You know, it's an objective game. And and we saw District 69 as well. They ran away from Bugsy. Bugsy was sitting there going, "Oh, guys, why are you leaving me alone?" And Bugsy even said it in the chat, like, he said, "Guys, protect me and we will win." And I'm going to say, you know, other than Crowd, Bugsy's one of the better Kinessa players. He really is. He's a fantastic Kinessa player. I've seen him play. Hell, I've played against him, and there was a video out of me going, "Oh my fucking god, Crowd," and all that. These two players on Kinessa are wonderful. It really is. It's actual. I actually lost a game against Bird and Tusker the other day. Yesterday, in fact. I was playing matchmaking, and it was weird seeing Tusker play Kinessa. And at the game, he goes, "Yeah, I haven't played this character much." I was going, "Well, you did bloody well." And I was on Pip trying to see what damage I could put out. And even though we lost that game, I still managed to put out a 60,000 damage. So I was quite happy with that. But yeah, composition right now, you've got the Grox, you've got the Pips, you've definitely got Barracks, Eevee, and I don't know. It's hard to See what you want to play. Drogos is very viable. We saw Grover picks. We saw Fernando picks. Grover just, in my eyes, is too squishy now and doesn't have any sort of business being in the meta. You shouldn't be playing him. Literally, you kite him. Even though he's got vines, you can still kite him. I watched it. Right, this is what happened, right? So, the Grover play... This was on NA, right? So, Grover aggressed onto an Eevee. He vined her. He did one swing. Eevee ice blocked. Okay. What do you think happened? Blink away. Frozen. He stops. Pew pew pew. Vines onto her. Flies off. Soars off. Pew pew pew. Bye Grover. And it was this just like the patch prior to this, Grover. I think Grover actually took a nerf, didn't he? I'm not actually sure. I'm not 100% sure. Haven't had a chance to read the patch notes. My fault. I know. But Grover isn't viable, and I don't think a lot of people realise it. And when they took him, they realised that it was a kick in the teeth. Oh my god, what are we doing? Blah blah, this, that, and the other. And yeah, I don't know. It was weird to see it happen. But nonetheless, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Real Talk. I am GGJ, and remember, week 3. If you're not participating, it's one of the best weeks to be participating. All the top teams are gone. Well, no, they're all gone, obviously. Yeah, like the top dogs, if you will, like Torp, Kugana, they're gone. Death and Taxes, they're gone. Eager, they're gone. Like, you got 2 weeks remaining, and then we've got playoffs. Sign up. Like, you have to be in it to win it. Now, everybody's saying, oh, I haven't got a team, I haven't got a team. You go onto the bloody Discord, and you can see about 12 people looking for team. You go onto the forums, there's literally hundreds of people looking for teams. Go onto the Paladins community on Facebook. Loads of people looking for teams. Like, just pick people, play a couple of matchmaking games, see if it feels right. If it feels right, why not try your luck? Come up with a cool name, sign up, and you know what? Even if you don't qualify, you've got the ESL. You've got FPA coming up. ESL is open now, every week. It's great fun. I'll be casting them. Nothing to lose, right? Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this Real Talk. I am GGJ, of course. You are you because you are freaking awesome. Thank you ever so much. Love this community. You are the best. Now, guys, I can't say much more other than thank you. It's been amazing. I'm getting loads of views on my videos. To me, it's loads of views. I don't know if it's loads of views. People are commenting and stuff like that. I'm really enjoying doing this series. We're going to be putting out more videos, obviously. So if you do like what you've seen, please leave a like, a comment, and, of course, subscribe to the channel. It's been an honor. I will see you guys next week.